Okay, guys, here we are. Today I'm going to solve one problem. It's like by use recursion. Okay, let me go ahead to through my problem on the monitor here. Gonna be quick, okay? Okay, first is palindrome. A palindrome is a word that is spelled the same forwards and backwards. For example, levels, RACECAR, and KAYAK or are palindromes, while motor, doodles, or doggles are not palindromes. So what the problem says, write a recursive function is palindromes. To check if thing is palindromes, return true if thing is palindromes. Otherwise, return false. Okay, what we're seeing here, first we're gonna do check if is string which we pass in functions, and then we'll check is character. First, I'm going to we know that if we work with recursive case, recursion functions, we need to have a base case or recursive case, right? So, but before that, I need to do transform or string to be lowercase and then get rid of all spacing. Okay, let me go ahead to go to do my pseudocode. We know here our input will be string and output will be Boolean. Okay, so inside the functions, I'm going to create, right, a function that accept a string as argument. Okay, and inside the body of functions, what I can do first, I'm going to transform or string. No, I'm gonna get one second. Get list of or space or any symbol out from our string, because we want to compare only string, like just letter, right? And transform or to lowercase. Okay, and that we know that we're gonna have, because we work with a recursive case. So first I'm going to have base case and recursive case. So what's my base case gonna be first? I'm gonna check if string, string has no length. It means string will be undefined. Then we return true, you know. Okay, and the second one, I'm going to call the function itself, because we know that recursive or recursion is functions that call itself. So what I'm gonna call the palindromes function itself. So let me just copy and paste here. Call itself, but because when we call itself, it means you need to do update new input to pass in, because if you didn't update new input, it's gonna run again and again. And then we know if we use a recursive and we don't have base case and we make it something wrong, our stack will go run over 4, you know, we're gonna run through an error. So with the new inputs, what I'm gonna do here, new input, I will check if the first IRST letter and the last letter are not equal. Okay, okay, and then we'll call functions with and pass in. I'm going to use this slide method from JavaScript using passing string string and use a slide with going to select each one from the first letter and the last letter. So slide by 1 and -1. Okay, and that's it. So let's go ahead to do my code now because we already have our pseudocode, right? So, okay, let me use the cons. I'm going to create function, arrow function. So I can name parameter as string and then use the arrow function. Now we have our own function, body function now. So let me go ahead to write, sorry, I should not say, oh, all right. Okay, I'm going to create a test. Which one we're gonna return true or false? Let me just go ahead to place it here. Okay, so this we expect to be an, I think I should have another test in case if there are only one letter, like let's say A, and this should be returned true. And if there are empty string, it should be returned true also. So that's my test case. Or here, let me check. Okay, it's not a palindrome. This one should be returned true. So let me go ahead to write the other test case we're gonna expect to return for. Okay, hello, I love, assign any symbol to code and learn JS. Okay, so and have many spaces, something like that. This one should return false. Okay, so okay, inside here, I'm going to follow my pseudocode by just following. I'm going, first, I'm going to get rid of all spaces and reassign by reassign string. Okay, I'm going to just reassign the string original from parameters, and I'm going to use replace. So that's gonna help us to replace all spaces and symbol with. I know that we can use one second regex, regex. So that I think what I remember and I use very often now. For just get rid of all spaces, this is gonna be that and that. Okay, and passing G, and we gonna get rid of all and we replace empty string. And now, like I say, I'm gonna transform all to lowercase. That's a method built in from JavaScript. It's very helpful. And then I'm gonna check if string has no length, right? Okay, sorry, it's come here. Just sometimes just automatic string that length th. Why this one didn't just showing up for me, like, you know? Okay, this one we're going to return true, like I say on my pseudocode here, right? Okay, now come to the main point of the recursive call. So what we're going to do update here, I'm going to just the returns, and what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna check if string, the first index, right, are equal string the last index. What we can access the last one by use the curly bracket. No, not curly bracket, but what is that? Basket notation to get the last one of the string. Okay, that is error here because I more than triple. We use the triple size to check that both equal. That I'm gonna exit the length by -1. So now we compare the first index and the last index, right? And because I want to write just in the shorthand, so I'm gonna check that both should be and. So and means going to be, you need to be both of them to be true. If otherwise, if one is not true, gonna return false. Okay, so yeah, one second. So I'm going to call the function itself. Okay, is palindrome, and I'm going to pass here string the slide because we want to slide from the first letter and come back from the last letter. So they both compare from both sides, right? So one, and then they slide each time when the function call. So then gonna run out at end, and our function will hit our base case here. Okay, I'm going to just use slide from the first index and from the last index. So let me explain to you guys what my code is gonna run, and I believe that it should work. Okay, here, example here, if we pass the A, right? So A should be returned true. So first we check A, and then we reassign the string by on line 18, and then we hit line 19, and then A is not gonna hit our base case, not gonna match. So then they're gonna run to line 20. So then when I compare string, the first index is equal to the last index, yeah, it's like, yeah, that's true, right? So and then they invoke here, and then they have nothing to slide because they only one letter, so they just return true. Okay, come here to the 1 second, the last line, right? If on the last test, it should return false, because when I doing here, I mean, each time they will hit on line 18 and the string is reassigned to all lowercase and get rid of all symbol or spaces and replace with only empty string. And then we're not gonna make our base case, so we run down to our recursive case. Recursive case will compare the first string and the last letter if they're both the same. So now we're seeing here H and S is not equal, right? So now they're gonna be false, right? And then because they're both not true, because we use the operation and, so then this line just return. It's not need to call isPalindrome function, you know, because you hit to be false here. So let's just run out of the how to say, is run out of the functions and just should be returned false. Okay, let's run our code and see what my code gonna be like what I expected. Okay, 1 second, let me just clear out. Okay, pop. Okay, see, true, 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 true. Okay, and we have 2 false at the end. That's work. Okay, that's great. I hope my video is going to help you guys to understand. And then, yeah, this is kind of like a trick of when I went to interview with to get to code camp. So this is just some kind of example what I'm gonna do. First, I'm going to read the problems and just while you doing code, just talking. So they know what you think and what you thought, and they're gonna follow you. So not let they lost what you're going to do while you interview. Okay, thank you guys. So see you in the next video. I think I'm waiting for the next week. They're gonna let me know how my interview gonna be passed, or I need to get the second try. So that's, we'll see, you know, but I'm having fun to do that. And like I learned even with the first try, and then I learned to improve myself. And I would say that just enjoy coding and enjoy talking. This very, how to say, like communication, technical communication that help you to improve yourself. And I think when you read, when you speak, and then when you type, it's kind of like you focus what you're going to do. At first, maybe it's hard to do because I do too. You have to think out loud, you have to type. It's not easy. So as much as you practice, me too, I tell myself, as much as I practice, I just feel more comfortable and more confident. Even sometimes I don't think I'm gonna do things in the correct way, like this problem I solving here, because I solve many times. I try to understand how to code, so that's why it is quite more fast this time. But actually, believe me, first time when I saw that, I cannot do. I need to find the other solution from other people and then try to understand why they code like that, and then until I solve in my way. Okay, thank you guys. Bye. See you next time.